Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Five Star Readings with Debbie and Matty. I hope everybody's doing great on this Thursday. I'm going to let some people come in and do some readings. So say hi when you're here. Matty should be here any time. So excited to get some questions answered for you guys. And how's it going? Is everybody like baking in the world? I hear there's a heat wave, but not for where I live. Hi, Terry Blossom. I'm good. How are you? What's new? This week has been really, really busy because I am putting all of my books into ebooks and Audible. And I'm excited to do that. Can we say hi to Carlos? And everyone can, oh, there's Jerry. Everything's going fast here. Happy birthday, Carlos. It's Carlos' birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to him. And I saw he had a wonderful looking cake and all of that. So happy birthday, Carlos. Well, look who's here. Hi. Hi. Oh, let me change my camera. There we go. I was just saying hi to Carlos and happy birthday because it's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Carlos. That we have to sing.
Yeah. You want to do it now? I'm ready.
Hold on 1 second. Let's get this.
Marianne says how hot it is. And yeah, we have good weather here. We haven't gotten to the boiling pot with everybody else yet. Carlos says, thank you, Matty.
Oh, you're very welcome. Hold on 1 second. All of our.
Sure.
I just got to set this up.
Are you taking our videos? Are not there.
Yeah, it's okay though.
Yeah.
Give me one more moment.
Everybody share the show. Like the broadcast. Nobody's done that yet. Subscribe if you haven't yet, or tell someone to subscribe to Matty Tarot on YouTube, Psychic Fixes on YouTube, and Psychic Fixes on Facebook. We'd love that.
Yes. You guys like the show, hit the thumbs up. It's very important for the algorithm to share and to let other people know. If you like the show, hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Is there a background? There we go. Okay.
Here we are.
Well, hello. We've only got 2 people in here right now, but we're going to get more. And wait, what were you just talking about?
The heat.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. Oh, Carlos' birthday. We're going to sing Carlos happy birthday.
Let's go sing that. Ready?
Okay. All right.
Happy birthday to you. Okay, I screwed it up.
Happy birthday,
to you.
Happy
birthday, dear Carlos. Happy birthday to you.
I love it when we sing happy birthday because it is a disaster every time, but it is a beautiful disaster.
Yeah, it's good. So, yay.
Alrighty. How are you guys? How's everybody? We're showing comments on the screen. So no personal information other than your own, and no, anything that'll get us in trouble on YouTube, vulgarities, certain things.
Mm-hmm. No medical, no legal, including pregnancy. Don't want to do that.
But you guys enter your questions in the chat. And we'll get going.
Any news for you? Anything new for you?
No, not really. Just working. We did so at the rescue. We did a festival, which was really cool. A music festival. Like last minute, we got into it was Into the Horizon for San Diego. It's like the same people that put on Electric Daisy Carnival, and what's the other one that's like big that everybody knows? I can't think of the name right now.
A fair or a carnival or
It's like a music festival.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Dariana, don't
can't think
put
of the name right now, but yeah.
your post. No proper names. Check our description and our rules. So redo your question without the name in it. Just say person of interest or, whatever. Sorry, I talked over you.
No, you're totally fine.
I've been very busy nonstop making Audible books out of my books, and it's super easy.
That.
I should have a class on it. It is so easy to do. And
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Sure. So anyway, show of hands, how many people have read any of my books? Thank you. So I just put
have
out. So, you have. That's always special. My favorite book is the one with the Kraken on it. And I love that book. And the story is called Mohan, an amphibious water deity with an attitude and an ego. So lots of fun. So, Carlos read the manifesting book. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on Amazon after 11 years. I'm going to go ahead and because of the economy, I'm going to cut the price on it. I have a hefty price on my books that are only about 40 pages. And that's because they work, they're magic, they're incredible, and I value the information. And I thought just about a couple hours ago, I go, you know what? Why don't I just really cut the price down? Because it's very high, but people buy it. But I go, more people will buy it. I want people to manifest because it can change their life. Okay, it can. Carlos, do you want Carlos? It's your birthday. Do you want a Matty reading or do you want a reading? Let me know. And because it's your birthday, you can pick. Nobody else can. Well, you can ask. That would be great. Let me know, Carlos. Do you want me to do your reading or do you want Matty? You can have either. It's like chocolate cake or white cake. Well, that's weird, but you know what I mean.
Debbie, you're so funny.
I don't want to get in trouble. It's whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to do Carlos, and there was somebody else that wrote something here. Can see everybody saying happy birthday. Okay, so I'm going to mute for a minute and get his cards out. Okay, I'll be right back. You got this, Matty.
Okay, how's my connection? Like, can you guys hear me well? Because it's saying it's a little weird. Can you hear me well, or is there a glitch? I don't know why it's doing this. It's okay though. Oh well. Carlos said yes. Yes, you can hear me well, or yes, there is a glitch. Oh, yes, I can hear. Everyone says they can hear me. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All righty. What? Yeah, this big star bag I got full of all the goodies. We're going to see what we're drawn to today. Immediately drawn to the Dali Tarot. Love this deck.
Okay, I'm ready for Carlos. Oh, I can hear myself for a second. No? audio stuff.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
going on mute.
Can you hear me? Good. Carlos, you got the message card. First card down is that message from the other side, 100% guarantee. I love this card. So the message is to have a positive attitude, wish it to be. So you are a person that manifests. You manifest a lot of great stuff. So keep doing that. No matter what happens, hang in there. Great things are coming for you, but stay connected throughout the day with that higher power that you go to. All right. It says everything's going to be great in the future. Keep that manifesting positive, um, energy going. But let me tell you what is the energy crossing over you. It's everything. It is the card of I want the greatest relationship. I want the wealth to come with it. I want everything to be great. And I want family, to be great and get along and all of that. Like everything to go easy. So you are actually, that's my jackpot card. And you are actually manifesting that in. That's at 10 of Pentacles. Great, great card. um, you're going to have some, positive opportunities in the future regarding to making money and career. Okay, that is coming in for you. You have the death card in the past position, which is a good card here. One of transforming yourself and living a different way. And that's always great to make those big decisions and changes in life, because I get it goes to things being better and easier and more prosperity for you. So you have this big change that you transformationed into something else in the past. Very good. It does show me ahead, and how to correct anything that you want to, by manifesting. I do have you feeling a little bit alone and unsupported. Sometimes it means that we've had a betrayal, but alone and unsupported. So ask the other side to bring whoever or whatever tools that you need to be grounded, secure, and supported. I do get that an idea is going to come. I feel like you're going to jump on it really fast. I think it's going to be successfully implemented and take you in a new direction. So this is very positive. What comes with that is good news as well. You're going to get some money. So maybe right now you're thinking, I'm waiting for a certain amount of money. I see it coming to you, but there is a wait for that money. I do get the wonderful card of mentoring or teacher card. If you feel that's a skill that you have, that's great. You can make money that way. You can help people, give advice, or somebody steps in to do that for you. It does show me as the last card of you getting money that's rightfully yours, that you should get it. I don't know if you're getting paid back or something's happening, but some money's coming in. And that's what I have for you. Happy birthday. But let me tell you guys this. Yesterday, I manifested, and I'm not going to give particulars, but I manifested for for a certain amount of money to come in. I go, right now, I want this certain amount of money to come in. I kid you not. Well, it was 2 days ago. Yesterday at 1 a.m. was an email from my former work where I worked several decades with. And they said there was a glitch and they found it. And I wasn't getting paid as much money all those years of retirement, which is, I've been retired for 20 years. And they're paying me back in lump sum and giving me more in my pension every month.
Look at God, look at the universe.
And that was fivefold more than what I asked for.
I'm
Ask
done.
for whatever you want and make sure that you open it that amount up to and more. Yeah, I can't believe it. So keep manifesting. I'm telling you, I was just like, are you kidding me?
Yes, and one of the key aspects of it is to let go of the control of the path to getting there. Like you got to be open-minded. I always say this, like we think, I'm just going to use letters to make it easy, but like we think A and B has to happen in order to get to C, right? So when A doesn't happen, or when B doesn't happen, or when both don't happen, we're like, C is impossible.
Yeah.
We can't get to C. And the thing is that the universe and God or the higher power, whatever you want to call it, it's infinite, right? So our finite mind thinks A and B has to happen for C, but it doesn't. C can happen in many ways. There's infinite possibilities. And so when you're so focused on something, I always say when you go looking for something, you're sure to find it. So when you already have this bias and you already have this view and it's narrow and you think A and B has to happen in order to get to C, well then when A and B don't happen, you're going to have all this doubt and you're going to foil. You're not going to see the opportunity for C. You know what I mean? But
C.
yeah, exactly. C. You got to be open to all possibilities. Look at that. Like, who would have thought your job would have been like, hey, look at all this money we didn't give you. Here you go. Like, that's hilarious. I just love the way it works. It's so great.
You know, be open when you manifest, and be grateful at the end. I'm always thank you, thank you, thank you. But put it out there and do it. And don't do this. I have so many clients that they'll ask, asking for love or something. Okay, I need this and this and this and this and that person better have this and this and this and a dog, and that person. I mean, and I say, no, ask for love and ask for the perfect person and all of that, and be open to bringing however they bring it into you. And
Yeah.
just thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's all
But
about
yeah,
energy.
that was crazy. That was crazy, I know.
It's all about energy.
Okay, you can, do you have somebody? And I'd like to do Lashin Lee.
Yes,
After
I
you.
do have someone. It's Ladybug.
Okay, I'm gonna click off and I'll be back. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back.
Ladybug says, hi, Matty. Do you see me and my partner reconciling? Let's see. Give me just a moment. Okay, we've got the Three of Wands, the Queen of Coins, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups. The answer to your question is yes, I do. King of Wands here at the bottom. So what you don't see coming is the King of Wands. I'm going to pull some clarifiers, but simple answer, yes, I do see the reconciliation happening. Let me get you some more information. Okay. Okay, so yes, I do see you guys reconciling. I see this is on the horizon, really. It's right. It's, right there. What will set this in motion is accountability. So whether that's needed on your end, whether that's needed on their end. Here's the thing with partnership, it's never a good stance to, unless it's like one of your values that like, this is a value of mine that like I will not, I won't move on, right? Then it's never a good stance to take, like, I'm right, you're wrong, right? So the approach in relationships should never be on opposite sides of the line. And sometimes you could very well feel like, well, I mean, I am right and they're wrong. But like, how productive is that? It's not. So the approach is taking responsibility for your part, because there's a dynamic, right? And there's two people involved. The situation, the circumstances could not have taken place without the involvement of both parties. So, and oftentimes in a conflict, there's involvement from both sides, right? It's rare that, you know, one person is just, you know, being a, you know, a dead fish or a lame duck or whatever, you know, just like, you know what I mean? So like something was said, something was done, something, you know what I mean? So taking, and sometimes how you get another person to kind of open up, be vulnerable, take accountability on their end, is just to own your part, apologize, say, you know, I'm sorry for the way I reacted, or I'm sorry for raising my voice. I'm sorry for this, that, whatever happened. Take, you know, take your side of the street, take assessment of it, take responsibility for that, apologize. This will set the ball in motion, whether that's you or the other person that needs to do this. But, you know, be the light you want to see in the world. So maybe make that move. I do see an opportunity here for understanding, for a closer, how do I say? Conflict is, you got to reframe conflict. Conflict is an opportunity to understand your partner. It's an opportunity to work through a challenge together. It's an opportunity to deepen the connection. And a lot of people view conflict as like, you know, this is bad, right? But the thing is there's a healthy way to resolve conflict. Conflict is only bad if it's not getting resolved, if there's no conversation, if there's no communication around it, if there's it's if it goes stagnant. But if there's this communication, there's resolution, there's some sort of common ground, then conflicts can be really, I mean, they are healthy, beneficial, and they grow. That is how relationships grow. So the strength of a relationship is determined by the ability, each person's ability to sit down and have those difficult conversations. And, you know, lean into the discomfort a little bit. I do see that happening here. I see a new opportunity arising from a mutual understanding. There's the mind plays a huge role. You ever notice that in life, typically what you think about somebody or something, or it tends to be kind of what happens, right? Now this is not the case. There's all the time. This is many nuances, but most of the time, what you're like, oh, see, I knew it. I knew that was going to happen, or I knew this did that, or I just felt it coming. And the reason for that is not because, I mean, we all are psychic in our own way, but understand when I say this, the reason for that is not because you're just this world-renowned psychic. It's literally because manifesting is real. You create your reality. You're doing it. You're doing it. So like the thing you're thinking is happening because, you know what I mean? This going on in here, everything out here is a reflection of that, right? So understand that. And the moment, you know, because if you're in a conflict with somebody and you enter the situation already thinking the worst, and we're all guilty of it. I mean, I have things, I'm not perfect. So I do this as well. And you already are assuming something. You're already thinking the worst. You already, you know, think you've got it figured out about what this person's going to say or do. Then you go in with that certain air about you. And I mean, little do you know, they were gonna try something totally different, but you came in with this assumption and this, that, you know, and so then they're like, well, that, you know, they don't feel empowered to do that anymore. And so therefore the situation becomes exactly what you thought. by your own doing. So, and this, I'm not speaking to you directly right now. I'm speaking to, like, this goes for everybody. So just understand that that is a dynamic that exists, and just be aware of that. The magician's here, manifestation, and the 7 of Wands, which is this defensive wall. So be careful, because the walls you build will become your prison. And that's what this is saying. If you're able to, whether you or this person takes the accountability for their part, side of the street, clean it up, apologize, get that conversation going, there's a lovely chance for a new opportunity, a new understanding, a mutual understanding. Be careful not to put the wall up and be defensive. Keep the wall down. The walls you build will become your prison. There's an opportunity for healing here, Queen of Cups, and the Chariot. It's a bumpy road. It's a long road. Remember, healing's not linear. Remember that, just because you had a conversation about it one time and you guys come to an understanding, and then something happens where it's like, did you get hit upside the head with a rock and forget everything that happened? Because what do and it just like feels like it reverts. Well, that's because human behavior, right? We are creatures of habit, and most of the time, depending on how old you are, those patterns of behavior and those patterns of thought were formed over many, 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 many years, right? So you can't expect somebody, it's really unrealistic to expect someone to just like, oh, we talked about it once and they've changed, they're never going to do it again. No, they learned that pattern, that response, that emotional response, that action over the course of 20, 30 years or more. And you want them to change it overnight after one conversation? That's crazy. So you got to be more graceful with people. You got to give them that space to grow, and you got to, work through that with them. A relationship should have progress in these sectors. A lot of people think, oh, it's not the way I want it. It's not here. It's not, no, it's not for me. And they walk away. That's such a mistake, because there's no growth there. You're expecting someone to show up and be like, here, ready for duty. Not you, but I'm just saying that's what people expect. They're here, ready for duty. I meet every beck and call of yours and all your criteria, and check all your boxes. No, people are not our meeting machines. They're going to mess up. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be disagreement. You got to work through things with people. People will. It's not changing a person if you change in a relationship, but you should not change who you are, your values, right? But naturally you change in a relationship, and people who are growing together are changing together. And there's going to be many moments where, you don't get it right this time. You don't get it right this time. You don't get it right this time, but you got it right that time and it worked. And now, there's the growth, right? So anyway, what I'm saying is, there's a victory at the end of the road here if you're able to work together. That's very important. Working together. The 6 of Wands and the King of Wands comes out at the end. So once again, a mutual understanding, a mutual respect for one another, a mutual loyalty. There's a lot of commitment and loyalty here, because of working through those things together. When you have that history with somebody, that's valuable and important, and people not only recognize it but feel it. And I just see like someone getting their flowers in a metaphorical sense. So it's like recognition, appreciation, validation, giving someone their flowers, feeling seen. So that's that is what is the energy here is prime for that, as long as you guys are able to remain on the same team. I have rest that came out. So the message I'm getting there is that not everything needs to be resolved. What's the saying? Rome wasn't built in a day. Oh, 3 cards just flipped. So Rome wasn't built in a day, right? That means not everything has to be done. Not everything has to be resolved and figured out. And we don't have to have an answer here. And we don't have to, it's okay. You know what? You can take it. You can take a rest. You can come back to it. There's growth, cleanse, and disruption. So understand that growth and cleansing and this journey together comes with disruptions. Sometimes you got to take a rest and come back to it. That's just life. That's not anything wrong with the relationship. That's not anything that's not, doubt is natural and it'll arise in those moments. But again, that's just being a human. That's just life. Nobody, don't look outside to find answers within. All the answers are within. Okay. Is the needle moving? Is the needle moving? Do you see progress? Do you feel like there's progress? Or is it the same thing over and over again, stagnant, not moving, no progress, not, you know what I mean? If that's the case, that's a red flag. That's something you should be concerned about and something that you should raise, bring to attention. But if there's progress, there's steps being taken, even if it's small, and you're willing to work, you got to pick, when you pick somebody, you pick their problems too. You're like, you pretty much are like, we're pretty much like, hey, this person, you know what? I can deal with their problems. I'll take this set of problems. I'm willing to work with that, because we all have our own problems. Like, so it's just a matter, are you willing to work with this person's problems? And is there progress? Okay. I think there is. And I think that you are. So I do see this working out well, but you just got to work through the kinks. Okay. I'm going to pull out a crystal card for you to close the reading. Let's see. We got chrysoprase. I don't know how to say that. Oh gosh, here we go. Chrysoprase. This stone can induce a deep meditation known to be very helpful by opening your mind to acceptance of others and yourself. This calming stone can prevent you from speaking out in anger by making the mind think about consequences before lashing out. Right on the money, right on the dot. Anyway, that's all I have for you this evening. I hope it helps. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't know if I would loaded a photo, an image, if it would come up on the screen. Guess what it does? So I've been working on my book. So a little plug here. This is my project that I'm working on, and that is called The Crow Mother.
Okay.
And I've got the whole story. I just got to sit and type it up. But it's different for me because it's edgy and a little dark, a big dark actually. So it's gonna be different. Lash and Lee, I have you next. And is this the way we want it? We want it like that, right? There we go. Okay, I took some cards for you. So we have quite a bit here. The card that represents you is one about keeping or carrying a secret, and that's fine. And sometimes it can be burdensome, but I do get you keeping a secret. Crossing over you in temporary energy is my card of either an uncommitting male, or it can be a card of just kind of making assumptions. And this is when we grab on something and we say this is the way it was or whatever, and rushing into stuff. And so if that's what you're doing, slow down on that. Okay. I am going to tell you in the future, I still get a little heartache for you. We had some hard cards. It shows me that you had a breakup or you had an ending of some kind that's in your past position. I do want to tell you, I feel good about, the outcome from that because I have these positive cards for you. But the first cards here is feeling betrayed or alone and unsupported. And so we have these cards of, breaking up, letting something go, letting something, a person or a situation go. Feel like it was positive. Don't feel, alone or unsupported. Ask the other side for help with that. It also can be that you were possibly betrayed. Now, let me tell you, you are a strong personality and a strong woman. Okay, you have all these really good qualities, justice theme, all these great things, and you are talented on top of that. So no, and I see you going forward, I do see a little bit of struggle and confusion, but after that, know that you have all the skills to go build the life you want. I also get there's good news of money coming for you. So walk out of whatever happened in the past. Walk away from it. I don't see that right now. Walk away from that. You are strong. You are talented. You are highly skilled or multi skilled woman. Go on with your life and build the reality that you want to live and let that go. That's what I have for you. Remember, good news and money ahead. All right. Here we go.
That was lovely, Debbie.
Thank you. Okay. One person liked the broadcast. Where's the other thumbs up, you guys?
I'm done.
Do it. Thumbs up.
I'd like a reading, please. All right, let's see.
I'm going to go look for someone that wants a reading and they put the question in. And I will be right back. I'm going to put in the comments who's next.
Okay. Amy. Let's see what we got going. One more.
So, Hito, you are next.
Okay, Amy, you got the Emperor, the Devil, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and the King of Cups. Okay. This could be read one of two ways. I'm going to pull some clarifiers real quick. The Two of Swords. You're torn. You're torn. You're torn. You're sitting on the fence. You don't know what decision to make. You're feeling like running. You, okay. Six of Cups. Knight of Wands again. Page of Cups. Knight of Coins. 5 of Wands. Internal conflict. Internal conflict regarding something that you care about, you're passionate about it, but you're torn. You don't, should I stay or should I go? One path provides stability, but there's this like self-sabotage thing that happens where you're like, you gotta go. You maybe go down this path and then you stop. And it's because it makes you feel restricted in some way. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's referring to a relationship. I don't think it is. I think it's more of an endeavor or like a pursuit of like a goal. You go all in and then you get burnt out and you pull back. But you are passionate about, fully getting there one day. Here's the thing. I don't. Here, I'm not. This is the message I'm getting. I wouldn't normally like say this, but like, this is the exact message I'm getting. You're not getting any younger, and I don't even know how old you are. I'm not calling you old. I'm not saying anything, but that's the message I'm getting. You're not getting any younger. You're not eternal right now in this body, at least. That's what I'm saying. So you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision. You got to stick with it. You got to go. You got to do it. Because if you don't, you're going to look back and go, wow, I wasted so much time. I wasted so much of the little time that I have. I wasted so much of it just essentially sitting on the fence, right? Too much caution. You're very cautious. Why isn't it? Here we go. Very cautious. What are you scared of? What's the fear? So either a fear of the unknown, a fear of being alone, either a fear of you're not giving it space. Maybe you overthink a lot. There's a lot of overthinking that's happening. You're not giving the problem space. I love the metaphor that I use. The metaphor I use is like you take a marble. When you put a marble in a shot glass, it's like, it fills the bottom of the shot glass. But you take the marble and you put it in like, I don't know, a regular cup or like a pail or a bowl. Now it's got room to move around, right? And then you take that same marble and you put it in a very large container, like a dumpster, a clean one. Now it's got all this room to move around, and it seems very small now, right? So you got to give. The marble is the problem, right? So or the issue or the concern or the fear. Give it space. You got to give it space. When you're overthinking and you're on top of it and you're smothering it, it seems so big and it seems so debilitating. You can't move around it. So you got to back up, give it space, let it breathe. But I think you're very cautious. I think you have a lot of worry about that because, I mean, some people, it says, Amy says, I've always said I need my space. LOL. That's funny. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it's saying is that you get to a certain point with somebody or you get to a certain point with something and then you kind of break off because you feel smothered. But you hate that you do this. And you're torn right now because you're like, I'm feeling it. I got to go. Again, I don't know if this is in a relationship or if this is with an endeavor, but it's not telling me that here. But you're feeling it very strongly right now. You got to go. Anxiety. It's that's part of anxiety. It's like a lot. Maybe you don't. I don't know if you identify with it that way, but that is anxiety. That it's just like everything's on a spectrum, right? And that's just like one side of the spectrum. It has to do with maybe a lack of trust in yourself, maybe a lack of trust in the future, a lack of trust in somebody else, relying on another person. And maybe there's a preemptive action taken in order for you to avoid the inevitable or what you think is the inevitable. Because you're like, if you really dig down there, you're like, well, I already know how this is going to go. And this is going to, yeah. So to avoid all that, I'm just going to go. So maybe examine that a bit. I'm getting a message of a internal, what's it called? Introspection. Examine this. Instead of just doing it this time, ask yourself why. Why do you do that? What's the reason? What is the real reason? Because that surface reason, that one that quickly comes to your head, that's not the real reason. That's the reason you've told yourself. What's the real reason? How does it make you feel? And how does that connect to your identity and how you identify to the situation? There's where you can find that's like a great way to start finding the real reason. This isn't giving me much. You are a very private person because even your reading is vague. I'm just kidding. Green aventurine is your stone, crystal here, green aventurine. It says, this very powerful stone is known to promote positivity. When held close, this green stone can stimulate creativity and open your mind to a new, fresh outlook on reality. Green aventurine is also a calming stone, stimulating emotional healing. Maybe that's what it is, that anxiety surrounding this projected fear. And then the, how do you say, the need to like heal that wound. And the way you heal that is by having, I mean, honestly, if you always act in the same way you've acted, you're going to always get the same results. And so you'll never actually know. And so you got to take that leap of faith. You got to take that chance. There's no way to avoid being hurt. You might get hurt. You might. The secret is having the faith in yourself, in your ability to navigate that and to not let it break you, and to be able to pick yourself back up and continue forward. That's where that's the answer. A lot of people try to say, well, I just avoid getting hurt. And I'll put a wall up and I'll do this. No, that's not the answer. You'll never get the things you actually want deep down if you do that. So you got to take the risk. And you got to, as long as you avoid getting hurt, it's always going to hurt really, really, really bad when it happens. So best to learn how to navigate it in a healthy way for you, because it is different for everybody. So because it's going to happen. And guess what? One day it won't happen. But you got to take that risk to find out, right? So anyway, I hope this resonated. Like I said, it was very vague, but I hope it resonated for you, and I hope it helped. That's all I have for you this evening.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, I just put a blurb on there. If we have time before the end of the show, we'll do yes/no questions really fast. So be ready for that. If you want a yes or no answer to something, we're going to ask you to post it, and then we will be saying yes or no to you guys. All right, Heetle. I hope I'm saying that right. You wanted a general reading, so that's what I have down here. First 4 cards are for you. Tell me a little bit about you, energy crossing, a little glimpse of the future, and then the past. First card that represents you is one of love. And it is my kind of beginning love card. So I think there's love somewhere on your mind here because it said it represents you. Crossing you in temporary energy is the counseling card. Sometimes it's a card saying if you need advice, ask others for their opinions, but I get a counseling energy over you. You may need to seek some advice in the future, or this might have something to do with what you're doing now. I get the card of facing your fears in the future as well. So be strong and face your fears. The past position is the death card, which is that card of transformation and making a big change, maybe living a different lifestyle. So this is always a positive thing. I do have a cautionary reading for you. So something at the end for you to kind of take seriously. They're showing me a male type of masculine energy here. This might be a person on your path, but let's see if you can identify. This is like a Libra-like male, but I get a strong personality, a justice theme of what's right and wrong. Sometimes these people are very strong in their opinions. Sometimes it's his way or the highway. I immediately, though, feel like physically fit, okay, because I could see that. I get this person is intelligent, but very much steeped in knowing right and wrong. They'd be good in military, police, or jobs like attorneys or legal things like that. So I just wanted to tell you that. I have this person here. You have the moon card, the oracle card, which is one of communication with the other side, but it's also one of strange things happening at nighttime. I get challenges for you, hard to go forward, don't want to go backwards, kind of hanging in there. But let me tell you what I do get. This is the part where I really love that you get what you want. It's like a wish come true. Something comes in for you. But right next to it, I see a problem. Almost like something being done behind your back, and I see a partnership. So I said, what are we into a partnership with that we have to be concerned about? Because I took extra card and I see there's concern. Those three cards that when I'm looking at this, when we go into this partnership, it's about maybe skilled work, home, something to do with home, and something to do legal. All right. There's legal things in here. And I get from this partnership, I said, tell me, what are we talking about here? And I get the betrayal card. So be careful if you go in under contract with anyone for any of this type of stuff, because I feel like you're not going to get it. It's showing me things are being kept behind your back. So you get a little cautionary thing here. Again, about some skilled work, a house or a home. And then I see court, legal. All right. So maybe a contract. Be careful with this. Even though it seems like, oh, we're going to work well together, it shows me that you're betrayed. And that's what I want to give you, and a heads up. All right. Thank you. Thank you for asking for a reading. Okay. There we go.
That was lovely.
All right. I'm going to go look at comments.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Maria, Amethyst Celestine. Yes, you may. You just post it in the live. So go ahead. And you may get selected. Let's see.
And hello, Maria.
Yes, also hello. I've seen that. I've seen Celestine before. You've been on our show before, right? Your name looks familiar. Let me see. Oh, Cherry Blossom said she would love a 3-month reading.
I see that.
Okay, well, Cherry Blossom, here you go.
Probably after Cherry Blossom, we'll do yes, no questions. So please post your yes, no questions now, okay? And we'll be all ready for you.
What month is it? June? Yeah. I can't believe it's halfway through the year already. Oh my gosh. June. Okay. Well. Oh. Okay, well, Cherry Blossom, June, the end of June, and we'll just start in July. So July, I see something coming to an end. I see something like there's like maybe a feeling of like defeat or dread, or like this feeling of like, oh, I don't want that. But it's like something's coming to an end. You know it's coming to an end, maybe. But, and this doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but like you're not looking forward to it. So whether it's something that catches you by surprise, or it's something that you are totally anticipating or totally expecting, but not anticipating, and not, looking forward to it. There's an ending in July. August, I see you kind of stuck on the fence, right? So you don't really know what you're kind of in a hard position to be like, oh well, I do this, do it, do that. You feel like both options of something, like some sort of like crossroads you're at. are not ideal. You don't really like the position you're faced with. By September, though, I do see you making the right decision, and you are ultimately happy with this decision. So it may be a time of confusion at the moment, or when this comes up. So there's some sort of like ending or defeat or feeling of like dread or like feeling of like loss or hopelessness surrounding something, and then you feel like conflicted about, I don't really know what to do. I don't know where to go from here. You ultimately make a decision, you make a choice, you move forward, and you are happy with it. This becomes something that you feel like you made the right choice, right? So these are just the cards that I'm going to pull a little more for each month, but July, August, September, the 10 of Swords. August is the 2 of Swords. September, the Empress. This is all marked by this what's it called? 7 of Cups. So that's choices. So these next 3 months is surrounding choices. Okay, making choices, decisions. There's good ones. There's bad ones. There's in one of the cups, there's this lovely city, right? And in another one, there's this serpent. One of them's empty. You get nothing. This one's got some sort of victory or like, whatever. This one's just smoke and mirrors. So, your choices have consequences. Think before you act. Weigh your options. Essentially, that's what it's saying here. Ultimately, you make the right choice. It looks like you have a good head on your shoulders. You maybe overthink a bit, maybe a worry wart a bit sometimes, and you know this, so it's no surprise to you to hear this. But just know that this defeat, this feeling of defeat, or like hopelessness or loss comes around either a friendship or close relationship, or maybe a close person from that you've known for a long time. You lose them, maybe. I'm not sure exactly. This hits the heart though. So there's something coming. That's gonna hit really close to home. I'm so sorry. Again, 7 of Cups. If there's anyone that you have been having this like inkling to reach out to, maybe do it. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe do it. Maybe reach out. Take that step. Make that step. If you feel a calling towards somebody, reach out to them. Okay. Let's see. We've got the 10 of Coins for August. This might be somebody in your family, and the 2 of Swords again. So 2 of Swords, 10 of Coins, 2 of Swords. Yeah, this is either a very close person, a person very close to you who has like foundational roots with you, or it has to do with the commitment you've made to something. That maybe it's an endeavor in your life, maybe it's school, maybe it's something that like, maybe something happens where you feel stuck. Maybe you realize this isn't the path I want to take anymore, and I've invested all this time in it. Maybe that's what it's talking about. I'm not sure, but again, apply it to your life the way you see fit. So I hope this is resonating. I do see you just feeling overwhelmed and stuck in August. Really take time to rest, take time to sit it out, and kind of just let go with the, ebb and flow, roll with the punches, if you will. Again, here, the Empress is clarified by the Magician and the King of Cups. That's a lovely way to end this. The Empress is creativity. It is creation of something. It is The divine feminine energy. The Empress creates worlds, it creates opportunities. There is beauty, right? There's in the abstract, right? So looking outside the box, not looking at something direct, but really taking that how do you say, the role of like empowering, an empowering role, and of one in control of one's own agency, right? The magician here just further clarifies that the ability to manifest, creative decisions, to foresee something and bring it into fruition. And then the King of Cups, this devotion, this heavy water energy. There's devotion here, there's love, there's a nice balance of mind and emotion, of logic and feeling. And ultimately, again, like I said, you feel good about the decision you made, on where to pivot after this ending happens. Okay, so I do see you going through a bit of a rough next 3 months, but ultimately you come out on top. That's lovely to see. You come out stronger, you come out on top, you come out more confident. I do see that as well. And you come out with a new understanding, a new perspective about something that is ultimately it's wisdom. Okay, you come out with wisdom. I see sweetness. So look, something that disrupts comes along and disrupts it, but it's going to build strength, and it's going. You need to handle the situation tenderly, with sweetness, kindness. Don't make the mistake of letting it get you down and bad, and then you are attacking the situation or attacking the people. Like even in your mind, you're like projecting negativity onto it and bad, and like onto the world now, and like looking at the world differently because of it. So be careful not to let that happen, because it can, and easily. So you're being asked to treat it with kindness, treat yourself with sweetness, treat others. Move with love. Move with love. You got 2 crystal cards to end the reading. We've got Shadakite and Symborite. I don't even know. Symborite. Symborite. This stone is often mistaken for amber, and like amber, it emits a warm, powerful energy. It has been known to wake up the chakras and provide motivation. Holding this in your hand during meditation seems to lift your spirit out of the fog of everyday life. Shadakite. Many of us have hidden psychic abilities, hidden in the primal area of our brains that we can no longer access. This stone speaks to that area via vibrations. Shadakite protects your mind during channeling and meditation, and its high vibration creates a strong psychic shell around you. Kind of what it's saying. Like, so in the, during these times where, how do you say, there's like a fog happening, like a confusion, you're like kind of don't know where to go, right? You need to channel in and take control of your own agency. Does that make sense? And kind of create that, not the wall of protection of defense around you, but that sphere, that bubble, that is slightly, beneath the surface, in that calm space where the everything's flow, right? If that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it. Go inward. Go inward, sink into that, turn off the mind, and get into the body. If you know, because that's where the answers are, and that's where your peace is. Okay. If you know, and if you don't know, you'll get there. I promise you will. And you'll be like, oh, I get it. So anyway, that's all I have for you this evening. I really hope it helped.
That was great. We have yes, no for Raquel. I already took cards. I don't know if you want to take cards, but I got a clear message here.
Oh, okay. I just will ask my pendulum.
Okay.
Let's see.
So Raquel, I actually took 13 cards for you. I can do a real quick one, but I do have the answer. The elevator's going up.
It's the elevator. Okay. Just so you can see.
I'm really interested in what you got because there is a surprise here.
Well, it started swinging no, and then it went to yes. So,
correct.
I mean,
correct.
I'm gonna say yes ultimately, but it may look like not.
Yes, you're right, Matty. Okay, so what I do get that represents you is way too much worry, bring it down. Says you don't have to worry that much. You have this energy of a man that has a money theme, and maybe he's got a lot of money or something. That's the temporary energy over you. He might be coming in, or just you know him or something, but energy crossing over you. Face your fears and be strong. That's what your message is for the future. You have psychic ability. Matter of fact, you have more than just plain psychic ability. You're very strong psychic. So learn everything you can, use it, go with your gut feelings. When we talk about money, um, getting better or your financial outlook, yes, in the end. But just like Matty had grabbed onto, I was waiting for that. It does say you have a wait for some results when we're looking at the summer, but a positive change comes, meaning great things coming for you. But it shows me some heartache and the tower moment. Boy, I didn't see that coming. So I want to tell you that I get that more in the midsummer. As far as money goes, you're going to find out at that point the money's going to come in on a regular basis with potential to grow. And then you have the hangman card on top of it. And I said, what's this? What karma? What are we learning here? And to know how psychic you are and use your gut feeling. It shows me we are juggling money and that we are thinking about work and making money. What I do have for you at the end here of this reading, which we're going to go probably towards the end of summer, is a new opportunity, a new stream of money, or a new job. So yes, it's going to be better. You're going to get an inkling before that money's going to come in and even grow. And yes, it does. So it's a yes. Very good, Matty. I was waiting because I'm going, nah.
I love it. I love that we always get the same answer. Great.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Comments, but we're over our time now.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. We're here every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for 5-star readings with Debbie and Matty. And we will be back next week. So see you then. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Right.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Take care.